Hey everybody, happy Tuesday, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and there's a look at Denver where things looking a little bit on the cloudy side here on this Tuesday. We've had a few spot showers for us, and we are going to be talking about a little bit in the way of some of those isolated showers as we head through the remainder of your day today. But the big thing you'll notice, it is way cooler out here into the Front Range and throughout much of Colorado. Had a cold front work its way on through overnight. Those clouds also kind of breaking down those temperatures a little bit as well. The rest of the week looks quiet, but again, don't be surprised. We got a few spot showers around through about 7, 8 o'clock or so tonight in around the Denver area. We could use the rain. Just, I don't think this is going to put much of a dent into the drought, but we'll take every drop that we can get at this point. Denver, a few of those spot showers for us on your Tuesday. Front Range Mountains getting some heavier snowfall. We've seen about 3-4 inches of snow for our friends out by Winter Park. Steamboat about 6-7 inches worth of snowfall, so happy to see that. I know the skiers and the snowboarders like myself, we are all thrilled to see that. Just the, again, careful if you're driving through the mountains, especially north of I-70 on Berthoud Pass, Rabbit Ears Pass. That's where that snow will continue for the next few hours. Current temperatures, looking at a lot of 50s and 60s. You can tell where the sunshine is, right? Look at that for us in the southeast Colorado. We're already near 80 degrees in a lot of spots out there. Denver area, low 60s. That'll about do it, and we may struggle to even get that high. Look at that up by Laramie, where they've had snow all day long. Then into the mountains, 40s for the most part. Southeastern Colorado do have a red flag warning for our friends out into this part of the state, where we will be talking about some of that kind of wind combined with very dry weather. So long story short, you look for 3 things when you're talking about fire weather. 1, warm temperatures. 2, gusty winds. And 3, very dry relative humidity or very low amount of moisture content in the air. And we've got all that in place in southeast Colorado, and hence the red flag warning. That'll go until 7 p.m. tonight. Avoid anything with a spark outdoors. Don't park the car, for example, on grass, that sort of thing, because that can spark when we're talking about conditions this dry. Meantime, northeast Colorado do have some of those gusty winds. It's the other thing you'll probably notice today is it's pretty blustery out there from I-25 on east, and hence that red flag warning southeast Colorado. But probably the strongest winds will actually be in northeast Colorado along I-76. So keep that in mind if you're driving there on 76 or on I-70. Those winds, again, will be blustery, in some cases 40+ miles an hour. Those winds do die back tonight, and by tomorrow, say bye-bye to the wind. It will not be an issue by this time tomorrow. Now, into the northern mountains, I did mention some of that snow. We do have winter weather advisories for our friends in the parks, the elk heads, as well as the flat tops until 9 p.m., or I should say midnight tonight. 9,000 feet or above is where we do have those winter weather advisories that are in place. So that means you'll have a fair bit of snow up that way, probably about 8-9 inches of snow in total in some of those highest elevations, again, into the parks. The elk heads as well as the flat tops will be really kind of this part of the state that's going to be favored in this storm. Denver area, hey, I'm going to show you a closer look in here at Denver in just a second, but wouldn't be surprised if we do get some rain for us here later on this afternoon in Denver. That is great news. Meantime, again, the mountains, that snow kind of gradually winds on down as we head through the night. Most of us will be long done with the snowfall by the time we get to about 11 o'clock midnight tonight. A few leftover flurries possible as we get into the early morning hours, but by the time you wake up here on your Wednesday morning, statewide, we're pretty much going to be basking in sunshine. We'll be long done with the rain, long done with the snow, and it is going to stay dry for a prolonged period for us here across the state of Colorado. Meantime, closer look in here at Denver. Watch as we get into the kind of mid-afternoon hours. We still do have some spot showers around, and some of the short-range computer forecast models are trying to bring a better chance for some rain. Watch this here. I'm going to put this in motion. Watch where you see some of that rain and snow for us along the Palmer Divide, as well as maybe even a little further north. Just point being, don't be surprised if you're driving home tonight and you do have a spot shower, especially south of I-70. Through the afternoon, we'll have a general chance for a shower for us in and around the Denver area. Won't be all that heavy, but just again, you get a few raindrops on your windshield. You get a little bit of that pitter-patter on the roof if you're working from home today. Don't be too surprised by that, but we're not looking at any sort of extended downpour. But the heaviest rain, it won't be that heavy, but whatever rain we do get, the heaviest it would be probably in and around the 5, 6, 7 o'clock time window. And if you're driving over I-25 between Denver and Colorado Springs, don't be surprised if you do get a few wet snowflakes to mix the way on in there as well. Probably won't see anything accumulate below 7,000 feet, so most of us should be A-okay from that. But keep that in mind if you're seeing that snow right now. Seeing around Bailey, Conifer, some of those typical spots that are a little further into the mountains. And again, above 7,000 feet if we do see some of that snow lingering around for the next few hours. Tonight, temperatures drop back to around freezing for us here in the Denver area. With that clearer sky, we'll get what's called, part of the nerd here, we get radiational cooling. So think of the clouds as kind of a blanket. It keeps in, it insulates us from some of that. Tonight, for example, this morning, it was actually fairly mild. We only dropped down around 40 in Denver. We had that cloud cover that, again, acted as a blanket and kept some of the warmer air from escaping on up into the atmosphere. Tonight, we won't have that protection, that blanket. It gets ripped off, so those temperatures will be able to plunge a little bit more, 33 degrees for us. And by the way, notice that sunset, 6:13. We're just about 2 weeks away from the clock moving forward, or I should say the clock does end up getting pushed back, and as a result, we'll be seeing that sunset before 5 o'clock in just a few weeks' time. So enjoy that 6 p.m. sunset because, again, we're only a couple of weeks away from those sunsets getting before 5 o'clock. I think it's early November that we get that clock switch, and that's why we'll be seeing those sunsets before 5 o'clock, before too long. Meantime, mountains, 40s and 50s for tomorrow. Denver, 64 with some added sunshine. That should get those temperatures a bit on the warmer side. And it's a beautiful sunny day, beautiful kind of mid-fall day for us here around the Front Range. Again, plenty of sun. Temperatures on the cool side, but not that cool. Should be able to be a-okay with the t-shirt middle of the day on your Wednesday. And again, the wind will not be an issue. Then, rest of the week. This is awesome weather, right? I mean, again, I mentioned this yesterday. Temperatures are subjective, right? So, you know, it's hard to, somebody's going to be, I don't like this, but I think for the most part, it is hard to complain about this forecast. And we've had really, frankly, awesome fall weather. We haven't had any really big storms for us here in the Denver area. We've had, again, mostly dry conditions. And notice the weekend ahead, we're talking about low 70s and sunshine. So those fall hikes, those outdoor activities that we got coming up this weekend, they are looking just absolutely fantastic, and that nice weather will last into early next week. Next hints for some more trouble or troublesome weather would be mid next week, and the end of next week could be a bit on the busier side. But until then, again, we got a prolonged stretch of 7+ days of nice fall weather. So hopefully it's giving you a pretty good overview about that Colorado weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.